Hello everyone. Today is 12th February 2022. Today I am going to explain today's topic, that is a object life cycle in a Java. This is the original video. Now going to the video. The object life cycle in a Java. There are some steps into the object life cycle into the Java. First one is a creation of a class. Second one is a loading class file into memory. Third one is looking for initialized static members of a class. Next one, fourth one is ways to initialize class in Java. Next is allocation of a memory for object and reference variable. Next is a constructor of a class, and the last one is removing object from the memory. Now explain step by step. First one is creation of a class file on a disk. As we know that the Java program run on the Java virtual machine, that is also known as the JVM. When we compile the file class, it is a transfer into bytecode, which is a platform and machine independent. Into the compiled classes are stored as a class file on a disk. Now next step is step 2, loading class file into memory. Into that, after that first step, the Java runtime finds out that class on the disk, that is in the form of a class. In the form of a class file, Java class loader loads that into the memory, and then Java runtime, that means JRE, reads it into the memory. Next step, into the next step, looking for initialized static members of class. In that step, Java looks for all initialized static members of the class, such as static method, static filter, and static block, etc. We always remember that all the static members of the class do not belong to any particular instance of the class. It belongs to the class itself and shared by the objects created from the class. Now next step is ways to initialize the class in a Java. In that step, a class can be initialized in two ways in a Java. First one is when you access a static filter. That means first from the access, when we access a static filter, a static method of the class, static method of the class is done into the that step. Now next step is a fifth step, allocation of a memory for a object and a reference variable. In that, we allocate the memory to the reference variable into the Java. Java allocates the memory on the heap for the object and memory on the stack for object reference variable. Now in the next step, calling of the constructor class. In that, calling of the constructor class, after allocating the memory, JVM calls the constructor of the class, which is like a method but it is called only once when the object is created. Thus, the object lives its life and providing access to its field and methods whatever we want and need to access them. Now next discuss about the next step of a object cycle life cycle. Now removing of object and reference variable from memory. When when accessing the field and method are compiled the object and its reference are removed from the memory by you don't have to destroy objects yourself actually. But when the object is no longer in use, Java runtime calls the garbage and the memory will be removed from the that program variable memory. Thank you very much.